Welcome back, hippie friends. Chrissy here, bringing you the vibe. We have some cards down. We're gonna flip them. We're gonna piece it together. Let's start. We have your top card here, Crystal Clear Intentions. Two cards underneath that came together. Ego Death in reverse. Initiation in reverse. Okay, so already this is telling me that you just went over something, some sort of like hump, this ego death and this initiation. Like you did just go through a very mini, dark. I don't even want to say chapter. I almost want to say moment, like a day or a weekend or a week, maybe a month, but nothing really longer than that. This feels like a clearing. A clearing just happened because you needed to get really connected to your intention, your why you're doing it, what's happening. Something kind of, I don't want to say it fell apart, but I see like cracking. There was definitely pieces flaking off, cracking. Things were getting kind of intense, kind of wonky for whatever you got going on, whatever you were doing on, whatever's in your line of sight, whatever you're working on, working towards, in the middle of, navigating through. It's almost like spirit just boom, like almost smushed you down or smashed you down or pushed you down, and you just felt this heavy weight on you, and you just kind of had to like sit in this yuck, this very yucky, dark, heavy sensation, and you're like, what just happened here? Why was I like coasting, chilling, doing my thing, and then all of a sudden you just kind of ate shit, and you were in this very mini, itty bitty mini dark night of the souls moment or day, weekend, right? This ego death in reverse and this initiation, that's what it was. It was like a little initiation, but they're in reverse because you're over it. You just went through it. But the reason you got smushed into that and pushed into that dark space is to help you connect with your why, with your intention, with the roots. I see grass roots, you know, the bare bones of why you're getting out of bed every day and choosing what you're choosing. There was something that forced you to sit with that deepest, like, soul intention. We're flipping more. Ooh. Nurture. I gotta tell you, this doesn't feel very, I'm not really sure why it's upside down. I almost feel like a split in collective. So there's some people watching that this feels like an invitation for you, that Spirit's like, hey man, let's be a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder to ourselves as we're moving through this process, as we're still understanding our own intentions and our whys and what we're doing, what we're choosing. You know, sometimes we choose things because our soul is like, yes, it's a full screaming yes. Our soul is like, yes. And then sometimes we choose things almost on an autopilot because we're supposed to, because that's the expectation, because we're trained to choose that. But this, it feels like a reset. Control, Alt, Delete for your soul. Like you have been reset. You're pushed into this little dark nook. You had to sit with your intentions. So some of you are being invited to nurture yourself more. Be nicer to yourself more. Be softer with the experience and all the things that you're learning, all the layers that you're healing, because we do heal in layers. Some are being invited to do more. But some, I feel like, I want to do one of these because I think the other half of the collective watching, it's more like you've already kind of figured that out. You've already had that aha moment. It might be kind of why you ended up in this dark space. You might have been going, and almost forgetting to nurture yourself, to be softer with yourself. And then let's like, Spirit was slammed the hammer down and said, you need a little time out. You need to sit with what you're doing, slow down. So it feels like some of you are being invited to start nurturing yourself, and some of you already have begun, have already figured out that's the ticket. That's probably why you kind of ate shit a little bit. You know, you're not allowing any grace for this unfolding momentum. Okay. With that being said, I have another card here. Again, I flip with you. We flip together. I put them out. I do my thing with spirit, but we flip together. So I don't know what this card's about to be, but I can tell you that when I put it down, I already know it was a right side up card. But I felt this strong pull to almost turn it, which doesn't happen a lot. It's usually the opposite, right? It goes in reverse and you're like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a reversal. This is the opposite. It's right side up, but it might be a reversal for some. So I have it kind of like diagonal right now. Let's flip it and see what it is. Manifestation power. Okay, that's why I'm not sure. That's why it sat like that. Because what's happening is you have all the manifestation power in the world. Anything you want, you can have. Literally, ask and it's given, ask and it's given, ask and it's given. You figured it out. You know that you're tapped in and that you're doing it and that you're putting things in the vortex and then they're trickling out. You know how to manifest. You know how to call things to you. You do it all the time. But you've gotten to a point where you're almost just not sure what you want to manifest next. And that's what's tripping you up. Not that you can't manifest. It's that you're not that clear on like what you want next. You're just kind of been going. Very Energizer bunny. And Spirit was like, you're going off the rails, babe. You're going off the rails. And Spirit kind of forced you into this little nook, this heavy space that kind of came on you. You know how sometimes you get like a heavy day, like you're just, feels like a dark cloud? Spirit was like, boop, let's sit. Let's take a moment. Because you needed to clean up your intentions. But it's over. You came out of that. You're out of the hump. You're realizing that nurturing yourself, that's the money. That's the move. That's the ticket. And you need to start thinking about what you want next. What do you want to do with your life as it's unfolding, as you're on this runaway train of being you? What do you want? Where do you want it to go? We got another card at the bottom base of the pyramid here. Hello from heaven. This is a very, very, very specific card and a very specific message. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're supported. This is a person. This is people that you know, that you love, that have crossed over, that are here helping you with those dark moments, those heavy emotions that you have to sit with, helping you understand your whys and your soul mission. These people are helping you with your soul mission, helping you get clear on what it is you want to manifest next, and helping you like be kinder to yourself. Spirit is kind to you. Spirit is not watching you and experiencing things with you from a judgmental space. There is no judgment. There's like, oh, he should be doing that, or she should be doing this, or like there is no judgment. There's just experience. Spirit is just working with you. This feels like a person. This doesn't just feel like angels and spirit guides, although I'm sure they're in there, but this feels very personal. This feels like your person that you love and that you miss is helping you with the runaway train that often feels like your existence. I know you feel like you're in the caboose of that runaway train, but you're not. You're really not. And I think that's what that dark moment, that day, that weekend, that week was really about, was you having to force and sit and face some unhealed parts of self and just kind of figure out what am I doing next? Where do I really want to go? Where do I want this train to go? And guess what? You ain't alone, babe. You're not doing it alone. No way, no how. You have very powerful people in your corner. Very powerful people. They came to play in your human experience with you. Our feature deck, let's wrap it up with our feature deck. Today, it's going to be the Rebel deck from the Wake Bake Hippie collection. So let's pull one card to wrap it up. Look at this, the open card. Oh, wow. The path is clear, the door is open. Like, it's not just unlocked, it's open. It's wide open, it's just wafting in the breeze. That's the key. You figured it out. The key is nurturing yourself, is being kind, is being soft, is letting yourself just feel the heavy feels without judging them, without judging yourself or your progress. Getting clear with your intention and deciding what you want and where you want to go next, and realizing that you have the divine support. You've opened the door. Kindness to yourself. Letting your spirit team help you with that. If you can just be nice to yourself as you move through your life, as you move through what you're creating, as the ticket buddy, the door's open. Whatever it is that you want, you got. You just got to decide what you want. And just do it without worries. Try your best. I know it's easier said than done, but try to just be with all of these experiences as experiences, without making them wrong or right now. Just kind of flow with it and be as nice to yourself as you can. All right, let's get this up. Thank you for choosing to vibe here and be part of the Hippie Vibe Tribe. I'll see you in the next message.